Hey everyone, I'm Catherine Biroy, your personal growth and business coach, and I have just one mission: to help you do what you love and make your dream business flourish. I couldn't be more happier than today when I have my dear friend Heidi with me. She was the first one who interviewed me about the whole story of my life when I decided to step out. I did write something about it in my book, but she kept the space for me, and I'm forever grateful. Let me tell you something about her. Heidi is a heart space coach and guide, a blogger at HeidiDellaire.com, where she coaches individuals to a higher sense of confidence within themselves and with others. She is also an alternative health therapist, practitioner, and coach, intuitive healer, licensed massage therapist. Oh, you're so far. Registered Ayurvedic practitioner, and the managing and publishing director of Love Wide Open, a self-development and resource website. She's the author of Roots and Tadlins, a collection of poetry that takes you on a journey through the heights and lows of love that ultimately leads to self-love. She holds certifications in massage therapy, Reiki, Ayurvedic medicine. These are very complicated words for me. Advanced cognitive-based meditation techniques, and is a graduate of Gabrielle Bernstein's Spirit Junkie Masterclasses for coaches. She just launched a new course called Creating Peace Within, a mindfulness course aimed at helping people reduce anxiety and stress in their lives. Welcome, Heidi. I'm so happy to have you here with me.
I'm so happy to be here. Yeah, I just threw in all those words just to see if you could pronounce.
Yeah, thank you. That was a challenge for me, but I made it through,
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me, what motivated you to create a mindfulness course?
Oh, well, a couple of different things. First off, back in the beginning of March, I was supposed to give a workshop here for my local mental health agency. And there were going to be psychologists, social workers of the kind, and it was a lunch and learn. And it was going to be about mindfulness in the workplace to help them reduce their stress and anxiety during their workday, and also to not take, all of that anxiety of working with people home. So it was very delicate. And then COVID happened. And so my workshop was, of course, canceled, and along with a lot of other things, and my massage clients and my coaching clients and their anxiety and stress levels starting to grow and coming to me for help. I said, how can I actually reach more people than on just this individual one-on-one level that I do? So I'm just gonna make it into a course. That's how it started.
Awesome. I actually watched your video about it, and I was very intrigued. I truly love the way how you approach things, how everything flows. And I actually was speaking to someone on one of my strategy calls, and she asked me, but where did you learn to hold a heart space? Because I said holding heart space, and I said, Heidi. So why is mindfulness and meditation important, especially now in the world?
Well, I don't know. That kind of speaks for itself a little bit at times. I think we are completely overwhelmed with the amount of potential chaos as we may see it in the world, the amount of information that sort of comes at us. And without dealing with it, that grows and grows and grows and grows and grows until potentially we become paralyzed or unable to move forward in different parts of our lives, or parts of our lives start to fall apart because we can't handle that. And so I truly believe, and I practice it myself, that mindfulness or meditation is so important right now, is that it allows you to go inside of yourself, right? We cannot control anything outside of ourselves. The only thing we actually can control is us and the way we think and how we view something. So with mindfulness and taking a step back, we can really look at what is it? What is that I'm feeling? Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
What is that emotion triggering? And is that feeling really true? And being able to go sort of deep within and some different practices and techniques to deal with anything that comes at us
Mm-hmm.
at any given moment. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I think it's super important right now, because we are bombarded every day with so much.
Absolutely. And I'm actually practicing meditation every morning. And I noticed a change. Although I was always focused from inside out, I noticed a change that I'm much more peaceful and much more focused and much more in alignment with myself. I actually don't watch news anymore, just taking a piece of information just to stay aligned. And I saw you mentioning that in the video which I mentioned that you created. And actually you made me do something after that video. I left a comment on LinkedIn under one's post.
Yeah.
Yeah, one person created a post which triggered me a bit because it was something from a call we had. And I needed to, but then Heidi said, but what's the point of, showing your opinion when you actually can have peace with yourself and start from within? And
Yeah.
you know what I did? I just edited the comment.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So you actually affected me just from a very short video, not even a full course. And I'm truly honored to have you here to share this space with you. And I want you to share that energy and everything that you possess in terms of growing from inside out, especially for the LinkedIn community, where this interview will be published 3 days in
Yes.
a row. And it's a little bit of different mindset. It's much more business mindset, and people are very stressed now. They struggle, they lost their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Situation is very, very, even dramatic in some cases. And I believe that this is very, very important now. So tell us, what are 3 tips that you can give us to help people actually to calm themselves and find peace within?
Yeah, actually, I am going to reference the video that you also just talked about, because I think they're 3 very important things,
Mm-hmm.
especially again right now, going back to how we are completely bombarded by things, and that when that overwhelm comes, it's huge. So one thing is to extremely limit your news intake. And it has nothing to do with it being fake news or this or that. It's just that it's so much information. We are human beings that were never really equipped to handle this much inflow of information. So if we can tamp that down a little bit, it allows us to be able to assimilate and just move forward with what we need to move forward with, and creating that peace for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then another tip is to go after joyous activities and not get mired down in the chaos still, right? Find those joyous things that you love to do. Like, I mean, I can't even imagine that you just love playing with your son,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, that is joy, that's pure joy.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else falls away.
Mm-hmm.
That your anxiety goes, your heart is happy. So I do it when I hike and I walk, I'm out in nature, I make sure I'm listening to the birds.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, seek things that bring you peace and joy. And then that third tip was really about what you mentioned, the be careful on social media, because it can trigger you in a half a second. I find myself a fairly calm person, but social media has a way of being able to trigger you, especially if you are trying to put your opinion of right or wrong in someone else's sphere where they can't hear that. And then it turns into a little fire. And so just really be mindful of arguing with others on social media. All it does is perpetuate the angst and the feeling. you can pull yourself back from that, it allows, more of a collective calm. It allows us to be a little more calm. And that's what I find is super important. And all three of those tips is that you're creating that calm and peace for yourself, which then allows calm and peace for others.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because it will be like a ripple effect. First to your closest people around you, then, as I like to say, when you help one, that one person will positively impact family around that person. And then, the neighborhood, and then the neighborhood will, affect the city and utopia. But in my head, it works. So the whole world can be in peace. If only people understood that everything comes from within and that actually we can only change ourselves and not other people. But
That's
sure,
right.
some things trigger us, and the best thing we can do is actually just go back to that joy, which is much more beautiful for
Yeah.
us.
And when I find that I get triggered,
Uh-huh.
I become my student again. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What's the underlying feeling? What's that underlying emotion? And what
Uh-huh.
do I need to work on this? Like, why is that, like, making me feel so crazy?
That reminded me of one situation. I was talking to a very close friend of mine, and she asked me, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm reading my book." And she was like, "Believe me, I need to learn again." You know? So yeah, we are teaching ourselves. Okay, now we'll have a little bit of fun. That second part of my interview,
Yeah.
the most interesting for my audience and the most like for my guests. But we- but audience is always right. So I will ask you quick questions, and you have like 10 seconds to answer to me. And you will hear a ring bell. Let's get to know Heidi a little bit better, okay?
Okay.
So the first one, what activities do you take part in to help you find the peace in your life?
Meditation, walking, reading, playing with my dog, finding my friends for a really great conversation, hiking, swimming, being out in nature, watching birds, listening.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love all of that. I love all of that. I do
It's
this.
longer than 10 seconds.
Shh, we are friends. The second one, and I would really like to know this. What is your favorite flower or flowers?
I have a couple, but one really, really stands out, and I'm cultivating some right now. Sunflower. To watch them grow from just the little leaves up to tall, and then the pod, and then you just see them start to open in the yellow inside, and then when they fully open to the sun, but watching them, like, they move with the sun so that they can always have sunshine, and then when they continue to develop from the inside out, as that middle flower continues to bloom, and then you watch the seeds, and then they drop back into the bucket, and then next year you get to do it all over again. The sunflower is my favorite because to me it's a representation of how we develop and grow and continually just seeking the light and opening up more and more and more and more.
You will not even hear the ring bell because it's absolutely out of question. I don't know if you saw, like a week or 2 weeks ago, I've made a few videos in the sunflower fields. We were driving around and our son fell asleep, and I said, just stop. I need to create some content. And my mom was like, where? In sunflower fields? Like, seriously?
Yes.
Yeah, seriously. So I hugged the sunflower, and we had we had the content creation together.
That's awesome. I'm gonna go look for that video.
Yeah. Sorry, I clicked something. I will
The
not cut
double
this
bell.
off. Yeah, but the different kind. This was like the cowbell. Okay, so it probably, yeah. There was actually a field and there were cows next to the sunflower field. They are reminding me like you forgot us, right?
Yeah, right?
And the third one, who is your oldest friend?
My oldest friend, his name is Sam. I have known him since I was 4 years old. We were best buddies. My mom babysat for him and we became bestest friends. We would do everything together. We would play in the woods. We would do sleepovers. But, you know, even though we've grown apart over the years and we have extremely and vastly differing opinions on life and the world, we still love each other at the end of the day. And yeah, I think if more people could kind of look at that and say, you know, before I knew those views, I loved you. So let's just, yeah, I still love him no matter what.
Wonderful, wonderful. Greetings for Sam. I have a friend like that. We know each other since we were 5, and we spent every single day together until the high school. And yes, life split us, but we're still very, very in line. I mean, he's my bro, and it's
Yeah.
like a family, and then you know it's always been like that. Yeah, he was stealing my Barbie dolls, but that's another.
Yeah.
That's a completely different story now. Okay, so love, please tell us where people can find you, how they can reach out to you, where they can find your course. And guys, I want to tell you, this lady has millions and millions and millions of followers on Facebook. So she is the important one. And you
Yeah.
will find her over there for sure. But like, where else?
So you can find me at HeidiDellaire.com, LoveWideOpen.com, LinkedIn at Love Wide Open, Facebook Love Wide Open. Instagram Love Wide Open, LinkedIn myself. And then if you want to find the course, the easiest way to do it literally is just go to either one of the websites, HeidiDellaire.com or LoveWideOpen.com, and up in the upper menu, courses.
We will drop a link in the comments below,
yes,
so they can find it that way.
Yeah. And
awesome. I want just a few seconds of your time. Yeah, Love Wide Open is such an incredible platform, and a title is so brilliant. Would you kindly just share a little bit of story behind that platform?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, I went through some struggles at one point in life, and I was loving all out. Everything was just outward stream, people pleasing, doing everything else for everyone else's opinion, like wanting people to like me or love me based on doing everything for them, right? That whole people pleaser syndrome. And then one day when I was like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't working for me. I realized I had a one-way valve of love, that it was all out. And when you then turn that valve back, that it's two ways, that truly is what loving wide open means, is that you love yourself, you take care of yourself so that you can actually then truly give to others. The love wide open is the reciprocal part.
Yeah. Mic drop. No more. Thank you so much for being my guest. I truly enjoyed, and I hope you did. And we will definitely do this one more time, or much more times in the years to come.
I look forward to it. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Catherine.
My pleasure. Ciao.
Bye-bye.